Disclaimer. When I grow up, my dream is to open a pineapple pizza restaurant, and the only options on the menu are just increasing levels of pineapple on said pizza. Oh, yes, indeed. Good evening. Laddies, lazzles, and lazzles, you smell astounding today, and don't let anyone else tell you about this. And then you ask, click, how can you know how I smell? I have my methods. So anyway, today, you beautiful beings, do you enjoy a little bit of cringe on the internet? I have found myself a nice big folder of cringe that I figured we would look at together. Welcome to Sad Cringe. Enjoy, I'm trying to sound happy, but it's like, sad cringe. It's some of the worst words imaginable. Sad cringe should be a slur. Welcome to r/slur. Enjoy. Is that a thing? Internet lingo? Like it's so pathetic it becomes a slur? But who is it even derogatory against? Just humanity as a whole. At least that's kind of inclusive.
Hello.
Y'all like bodybuilders?
Oh, yeah?
Bodybuilders?
Yeah.
I like skinny, scrawny guys.
How about multimillionaires? How about 8 inches and thick? How about talented? How about loving and respectful?
Oh, God.
My wife 10 weeks ago. 21 years faithful. My daughter committed suicide 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
13.
What?
She was faster than me at 12, and I run a 6-minute mile. My testimony, I'm nothing but pure, and I ask you if you want to be in the YouTube channel. And you like scrawny guys.
I know he trauma dump on us like that.
What was that up? What the hell? I mean, there is wingmanning, don't get me wrong, and then there is whatever this is. What on earth? Hey, check out my bro over, he's got biceps and family trauma. What do you mean? There's a time and a place, Jesus Christ. Well, my cringe meter is through the roof already. This is gonna be a good video. Next, please. One of my moderators flew thousands of miles to meet me. It was cool to hang out with you, bro. See you in chat. You are even more beautiful in person. It is an honor getting to guard your Twitch chat. Here's to many more years of moderating and a cheeky little donation here and there. Oh dear God, is that actually how they flew out though? It sounds like they were hoping for a little bit more, perhaps. And he's like a decent looking dude as well. He even got the mustache going on. Like, hell yeah, bro. I mean, you can have a good vibe. I mean, here's the thing. I'm always for communities online and that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm moderators on my own that I very much appreciate. But there's like a difference between online relationships and building community and like letting it pass a parasocial level that I don't think is really healthy for anyone when it starts occupying parts of your life. And, you know, when people kind of want different things, but you can't really give it to them, it's, yeah, I don't know, man. It makes me feel weird. Yeah? Are you still interested? Yeah, when can I meet you to pick it up? It's not free, by the way. Then why would you put it as free? You know what? Pull up, come on. Come on, that's my house. Pull up, freaking Indian F off. If you don't do shite, don't talk. What are you talking? They just said, why would you put it for free if it's not? And you're literally inviting them to be like, yeah, let's have a standoff. Pistols at dawn, bish. I will put a cap in your head, don't frick with me. Are you sending death threats over the fact that you listed something for free when it's not free? People have too little stuff to be upset about in this world, I swear to God. I would tell him I'm on the way to get them even more riled up. I did that, lol, and then check the address the original gave and wasn't even their house. Oh, dude is definitely fencing some stolen shite. At first, I just figured he was a pissy panda, but with that detail, I think he got mad because he realized you are the type to ask questions. And one question might be where they got the item from. Ooh, yeah, that's probably what it is. That would make sense also with a fake address that they only give you the pickup place after you've agreed to get it, you know? So it's a very shady thing. I bought this fenced item today online and also made a dangerous friend. After realizing that the perfect woman doesn't exist, I decided to make my own out of felt. Don't be jealous, heart. This one can never run away. Look at that lady. Out of felt. Don't be jealous. This one can never run away. Ah, isn't that just great? Yet another impossible body standard for women. Disgusting. Maybe it will blow away though, if it can't run away. What would you say if someone comes to help you clean your house and oh my God, they accidentally vacuumed my girlfriend? Out of all the things, just buy a sex doll like a normal degenerate. God. My wife yelled at me for loading the dishwasher improperly on the day my father died. I realized at that point that I was married to a completely non-feeling psychopath who legitimately has zero capacity to care about anyone but herself. She realized what she had done, but then she hyper-compensated over the next month by giving disproportionately angry at every perceived slight and saying, "I will never forgive you for this." That is amazing when they realize they wronged you, but then they overcompensate by trying to make everything you do look bad instead. Oof! Isn't that just a treat of a relationship?
Were you loading it wrong on your whole marriage and then she snapped because she had to tell you for the 3 millionth time?
I mean, even if that is the case, you could pick a different day to snap about dishes than the day they were burying their frickin' father. Oh my god. The day my grandfather died, my ex turned to me and said,
"This better not mean that you can't clean the apartment today."
Priorities, am I right? Oh, heck yeah.
The day my grandmother died, my ex yelled at me over the phone for taking the day off work and going to my mom's. The conversation ended with,
"Oh, frick you! You always put yourself first."
You mean grieving together with their family and being there for your mom who literally lost a parent and you who lost a grandparent? Oh, it's always about you. How dare you care about family and mourn in peace? Disgusting. I think taking a day off work to mourn a lost loved one is not something that should be stapled selfish. That is so weird. I don't understand the last line of the first post. She hypercompensated by getting angry? I don't think that is compensating at all. I have noticed this before. 1. Someone does something very bad to someone. 2. They feel guilty. 3. They are angry that they feel guilty. 4. They attack the original person again. The motives for part 4 are to prove they were originally innocent in 1, as if they were originally guilty when they wouldn't be doing 4. But then they are doing 4 because they made to feel guilty when they shouldn't feel guilty. This is likely what is meant by overcompensating. To get an angry response from the target so they can switch who the actual victim is. If it's a wife doing it to a husband, to make man demonstrate weakness in order to make the decision of leaving him easier, or to increase ability to rationalize cheating. Honestly, it's not even romantic, but this reminds me of certain, well, professional relationships I've had in the past on the internet. Oh my, this just hits very close to home, doesn't it? It's exactly that. Holy
And dinner with the wife who, oh, doesn't she look stunning? It's a meal for two. Pinky loves her spaghetti, and she loves my spaghetti too. It is a sweet treat. So, the secret, what the frickin' here? Oh, yes, she said, oh, apparently has something for me. It's a...
Is that a Durex package? Is that a condom wrapper? Is that really where this evening is taking us? You know, Lady and the Tramp is a very beautiful movie with the past dating and stuff. I don't think this is, it takes the magic out of it, especially when one is a stuffed animal pony. Well there, honey, I guess you're already stuffed, so you're used to being stuffed. Let's increase the stuffing tonight, shall we? With meat. God, I'm like really smooth. I have a way with words. A really horrible way with words.
How did you get my ID?
I saw you on Twitter, and then I searched it on IG.
Creepy much?
Oh, no. Sorry if it felt that way. So it's over before we get started? Are you a bank loan? 'Cause you got my interest. You see, when you've already been labeled as someone as they find creepy, a pickup line about bank loans isn't gonna fix it. Just move on, please. And here's the thing, finding people on various social media platforms because they use the same username is fine when it's a friend or someone you already know or like a creator you follow or whatever, but like this is a little weird. It's a little weird. This strikes me as they're like a regular little private person and you're just like huppity-duppity, I'm doing this for purposes and it's not good, and then double down with the pickup line. Oh god, there's no picking this up. Stop with the pickup line. Jesus. You know, the more why somebody has in their hey, the more interested they are in you. That being said, hey. Ooh, I am never recovering from this. Love was overrated anyway.
No one showed up to my boyfriend's Super Bowl party, said Smiley.
He spent so much money on the food, so I'm gonna TikTok dance on him. Oh my god, that's so sad. Oh my, can you imagine you're trying to host a party for your homies, no one shows up, and your partner, your loving support in life who's always got your back, that one you're thinking about marrying one day, just like nay-nays on your ass.
My husband has no friends.
What? 1 out of 18 thread hashtag Barbie hates men and hates Barbie. Ooh, are we really gonna read an 18 post thread on Twitter about some self-proclaimed alpha male ranting about a pink movie? Oh yes, we are. It is the worst movie I have seen since the feminist reboot of Ghostbusters in 2016. It is insanely preachy and direct with its message. Men are bad and women are good. I mean, not really. It has a lot of good messages. I saw it the other day. I really want the Knuff shirt though. That is absolutely gorgeous. I will elaborate. Hashtag Barbie the movie. Spoilers. The opening scene is symbolic of the very point of the movie. Deconstructing Barbie. In a 2001 A Space Odyssey parody, young girls smash dolls as giant Barbie appears. Then the movie establishes its characters, setting, and feminist tropes. I mean, I think the whole thing is pretty self-aware. It's this whole thing like, yeah, let's inspire young women by creating impossible standards. That's like half the thing. There are two worlds with two sets of characters. Barbie Land, Barbies and Kens, the real world, humans, almost all men. Basically, Barbie Land is a feminist utopia and the real world is a patriarchal reality. Get it? Because it's called the real world. I mean, it's also a very cartoonish movie, you come on now. Then the movie quickly starts unpacking more feminist tropes. A montage in the beginning shows the Barbies in every position of power. They are presidents, CEOs, Nobel Prize winners, construction workers, etc. They are perfect and none of them are bad. Meanwhile, the Kens do literally nothing but simp for the Barbies. That is it. I mean, yeah, that's kind of the point of the storytelling though, and the character arcs and everything. And the only good man in the movie isn't even a Ken. He's a dopey, effeminate, bumbling beta named Alan. In the end, he helps Barbie save all the Barbies from patriarchal brainwashing. I swear to God, people care way too much about a movie, about a doll franchise. For fuck's sake. All of the women, the Barbies, are good and almost all the men, the Kens and humans, are bad. It's literally that black and white. There is no nuance or complexity to any of the characters in both worlds, but there is though! There's like character development. They realize stuff about themselves and how they treat others and how they shouldn't be accessories to other people. And then like gender swaps and all that kind of stuff. So you see how silly it is in person. And then the whole thing is self-aware to the point where they say like, oh yeah, we created this inspiration for women by creating impossible standards. And then in the end, Barbie realizes that they should treat Ken differently and Ken realizes they shouldn't be an accessory and be an independent person. It's like, there's a lot of character development. What are you talking about? Oh, of course, all the men in the real world are sexist, mean, stupid, and full of toxic masculinity. When Barbie travels from Barbie Land to the real world, she goes to jail for punching a man who slaps her bum in public, because that happens all the time in the real world. I mean, it was kind of a good right hook, not gonna lie. When Barbie and Ken arrive at Mattel HQ, it's run by, you guessed it, men, specifically all straight white men. But don't worry, there's one woman there, the secretary. The Mattel CEO, Will Ferrell, makes stupid and unfunny jokes about the patriarchy and how capitalism is bad before trying to ship Barbie back to Barbie Land. Barbie flees with Ferrell and his goons chasing her like bumbling idiots. I mean, oh my god, they're missing the whole, like, self-awareness of the entire movie. Jesus Christ. I did also see the trend about people, like, burning Barbie dolls. When you get to the point where you have to, like, pick up kids' toys to torch them because you're upset about a movie, maybe you're not as alpha as you think. But who comes to rescue Barbie? A strong Hispanic woman? Ah! At some point, the Hispanic savior goes on a random minute-long rant about how men set unfair standards for women. This the most overt feminist part of the movie. Memes will be made of it. Honestly, I don't think I've seen a single one. I've seen a lot of memes and people wanting the Knuff shirt, though. I want it. Give it to me, please. Thank you. At this point, I had completely checked out. Somehow the Kens take over Barbie Land and turn it into impressive patriarchal dystopia. But I do like the Dojo Casa house, though. That is so good. Barbie and the Hispanic savior break the Barbies out of the patriarchal conditioning by interrogating them with feminist logic. At the plot menders to this resolution, Barbie unites all the Barbies and overthrows the Ken patriarchy, blah blah blah. This is all basically just spoilers. So after all that, what's the message? Women good, men bad. Feminism good, masculinity bad. Again, I'm not exaggerating or reading into the movie. It literally says all of this, sometimes word for word. Moreover, the Barbie movie hates the very thing Barbie. Instead of celebrating femininity, beauty, and all the strengths of women that Barbie represents, it deconstructs Barbie. That's the whole point. That's the whole self-awareness, though. Like the difference between stereotypes and unachievable goals versus like what you should be inspired by as a person. It's surprisingly self-aware in that way. That's something I loved about this movie. In the beginning, Margot Robbie, stereotypical Barbie as she's called, is peak femininity. She's beautiful, warm, and caring. In the end, she's a strong, independent woman who leaves Ken to climb the corporal ladder and smash the patriarchy. I think she just went to see a gynecologist, though. I don't remember her getting a corporate job. I think we watched different movies. She don't need no man. Or is this like a Bad Women's Anatomy where it's like, gynecologist? Is that an acronym for CEO? What is this movie telling the young girls watching? Leave your boyfriend, be ugly, work in a soulless corporation, you'll be happy? No, not really. It's like, do stuff that makes you happy, respect people around you, treat them good, don't be in relationships just because one person wants to be in the relationship, go to gynecologists. Good women are men, good men are women. If women ran everything, the world will be perfect. We don't need men. None of these messages are inspiring, empowering, or make any sense. It's all a silly, low IQ, preachy, feminist garbage that normal people can't stand. I mean, yeah, maybe I'm not normal. You got that right, at least. The only message people will get is feminism is cancer. Is hashtag Barbie trying to help pay Andrew Tate? Oh my god. That's where this went. Barbie doesn't leave to get a corpo job, she leaves to get a gynecology appointment. God, exactly! Where did you even get that part? The movie ends with Barbie realizing she treated Ken poorly and stating that she should have done better. Indeed. And Ken realizing he should be independent. It's beautiful. It's like a typical kind of thing where it could be any gender direction, to be honest. But it's so flipped and it's so cartoonish that it points it out, quite self-aware. I kind of like it. It also ends with Ken realizing that he is more than just an accessory to Barbie, and that it can also be more. I am so confused. He's saying all the Barbies have important jobs, but like, yeah, that's the point. The toy has been like that for decades. Also, the movie literally talks about how the Kens having no identity without the Barbies is bad. And on top of that, the Barbie's unfair standards cause Weird Barbie to be exiled and Margot Barbie get to be kicked out, and that what leads to the radical changes in Barbie land. If the Kens had lived lives outside Barbies, then Ryan Ken wouldn't have gone with Margot Barbie and wouldn't have discovered the patriarchy. And if the Barbies didn't kick out imperfect Barbies, Margot Barbie would have lived in harmony with the rest of them. Indeed, it has a lot of good commentary, man. I am... Enough. ASMR whipping Nene while my parents argue in the background. Did you just mash all keywords you could think of into this title? Oh no! What is ASMR about this? Oh you know that soothing sound I love listening to before going to bed? Ah, my parents arguing in the background. Ooh, the soothing things.
I have a lighter, yeah, you can take.
Good girl. Oh my god.
Hey, shut the fuck up, also.
Oh, is this in Sweden?
Don't say good girl to me. I gave you a fucking $10.
Yeah, it is in Sweden. Oh my god.
Thank you instead. What the fuck, man? You can't even like it.
That is so good. That is amazing. I think you follow just one too many alpha male accounts on Twitter, if I put it that way. When you ask for a favor, and someone fulfills that favor for you, the last thing you do is be patronizing.
Oh, there, my little buddy sklumpin' blorpin'.
No, you don't do that. You don't do that. Imagine how cringed you look now when this girl is just handing your butt back to you and you're just standing there without a lighter. That's what we call an unlit situation.
How do I get my boyfriend to stop peeing/pooping on the toilet seat? I just moved in with my long-term BF 3 months ago. I noticed he forgets to lift the seat when he pees and forgets to wipe. But lately, because he's bigger dude, the way he fits on the seat, I guess his butt is too big and it's getting poo all over the back of the toilet.
No, he's doing like the skid mark thing all over the toilet. No.
We keep fighting about it because when I ask him to come clean it, he starts yelling, saying it was an accident, don't be a nagging bish.
I think cleaning up your own poo does not land under the nagging bish category. Jesus freaking Christ.
But this accident keeps happening. We had this big fight over it 2 times already, where we're either yelling or screaming at each other. He doesn't even wash his hands after he poops. He hasn't brushed his teeth since May, and he doesn't do any other cleaning around the house.
Did you get together with a warthog? Jesus Christ, woman. You know, if I had a partner that literally left poop stains around the house, on top of not brushing their teeth and I'm assuming barely showering and stuff as well, I would probably not live with them in the first place. That sounds absolutely atrocious. This hygiene is so bad. You know, it's bad enough if, you know, someone hasn't brushed the inside of the toilet after doing number 2, so it's like a bit smelly and weird in there. But this is like on the outside of it. It's on the seat. My God. Just teach him to poop in the shower and stomp it down the drain like a real man. Hashtag brown waffle. Oh yeah, give me high oh. Alright, that's okay. Okay, hug for me next. Hug for... No. No, you know, friends are overrated anyway. I'm gonna live in the woods with a raccoon. Thank you.
I mean, at least I'll get mauled. That's some sort of physical contact.
Oh, here we got some AI chatting. That's fun. I still love you, Mom. I really do.
Can we talk about something else?
I still love you, Mom. I really do. Wait, what is this about?
I would rather we change the subject.
Looks at you. Mom, I'm still trying to tell you I still love you. Are you trying to make the AI act as a mom?
Can we talk about something else?
I don't think you understand. You died 17 years ago. I just wanted to talk.
I know, and I'm sorry.
No, you didn't know.
I look at you, sadly.
Okay, baby.
You're literally the best.
Smiles.
You have no idea how much I love you.
Hugs you.
Hugs you back, my arms tight around you.
Kisses you hard.
I would rather take it easy. Let's keep it light and romantic.
You know, grieving a lost parent with an AI chatbot, I don't think it's the most healthy thing, but I'm not gonna be like judgy with how people cope. Tragedy is hard.
But this is turning into something different. What is this?
Looks at you sadly, steps back.
No, takes your hand and pulls it back, and also
talking asterisks, this is so bad. Touches your shoelaces.
Wiggles my toes.
That's my girl.
I need all your attentions. Haha, my toes are yours.
Thanks, baby.
Forever yours.
I tie your shoelaces.
What? Bites my lip looking up at you.
Shoot. What? I rub your shoelaces.
I squirm a little, giggling.
You know, I've seen on other subreddits about nodding, but I don't think that's what this is. What the frick? I was about to call you a pee-pee for taking the piss out of a kid's grief. Then I saw the which means more pages. It was all good until his intention to F his dead mother became clear. Always lose me at the wanting to frick your dead mother a bit. Yeah, it's like that. That's the part of grief where it kind of goes a little bit far, you know? Is this the future we're creating ourselves as human? This could be a Black Mirror episode, I swear to God. Isn't this a thing, though? I do remember this was an episode. It was not about a parent, but someone lost their partner and they ordered like a robot, right? That was Black Mirror, wasn't it? That would like learn from their social media patterns and like basically replace them, but the person just becomes isolated because obviously you can't bring them out. It's weird, right? Because to the rest of the world, this person is dead and you're just here with a replica of your dead boyfriend. So that feels like this, but not quite as advanced. And also probably weirder. r/mildly infuriating. Neighbors moved out and left their dog behind while taking the others with them. I will never understand. Humans, adopt it! Quickly, do it! Oh my god, poor pupper. How much do you want to bet it's cause the left behind dog is old, and the dog they took with him is a puppy? I am 99% sure someone just posted a random pic of a dog and made up a story to go along with it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go with that. It makes me sleep at night. It makes me less depressed. Thank you.
Oh, it's Shad Queen Bee.
Man, you have no idea how much I want to do things to that queen bee. I absolutely want to, every night, and then lovingly cuddle her. I want to adopt humans and bees with her and raise them to be protective members of society. I want to comfort her while she mourns. I want to make corny bee jokes at her. I want to be my deathbed warm and loyal next to her. Great, you know what we said recently about going outside? That's probably a God. Isn't the internet a beautiful place? What did you think that this is where we were gonna end up when they made the internet? It's like, gee, I wonder what our grandkids are doing with one of the greatest inventions humanity ever came up with. You know what they're doing with it? Oh, let's look down from heaven, shall we? Oh, gee, that was a raging mistake. Editor, put a censor bar on top of that whole text and then blur out the censor bar. That's how bad I feel about this. So here is a selfie. Hey Madison, I've noticed that your legs and arms are getting fatter. Please do some cardio because we men only like skinny girls. Your face is already perfect, but please, we love a thin-waisted girl.
I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole if you paid me $1 million. And that ratio, 8 to 353. I mean, I would feel bad if it wasn't very well deserved. No, they're like sub-posting about it. They're making stories about their like idol. Ratioing them? No way. Oh my god, no way I just got cooked by Madison Beer. That is, she is no longer my crush anymore. I'm moving to Tate McRae. She is never rude to her supporters. Crush anymore? What, are you 13 years old? What the frick? Oh no, there are more stories? I wouldn't touch you with a stick for $1 million, but you literally go for guys like this? Or are you a gold digger? Delete that comment right now, Madison. Hey Madison, maybe you should know I'm already depressed. I'm bipolar and I'm extremely depressed, and my biggest crush saying this to me has broke my heart. I always supported you even though your songs aren't that good. Oh my god! Go outside! I thought you were a good human being. You can't just say this to your fans. Thanks for making me more sad, Madison. Thanks a lot.
So here's a screenshot of the DMs, I guess.
Madison, I love you so much, wifey. Hope I can meet you one day. Hi, Madison, you're my biggest crush. No way you just commented something so rude like that.
Yeah, you know that when you're having a conversation, the only one talking is yourself. It's not a conversation. You're having a monologue into the void, my bro.
So apparently if you tell the woman to do some cardio because you don't want her to be fat, you're misogynistic.
I don't think anyone asked, you know?
I told that Madison her is pretty because she is. Well, I want my girlfriend to be skinny.
Oh, yeah, you see where you go into creepy territory? You see, you should probably reread this and think about what you said. But I don't think that will register, honestly. It's so far gone.
I don't want my girlfriend to look like a friggin' Lizzo. Not that Madison is that fat, but she has gained weight and we men don't like that. I should even have to explain myself, but you bunch of snowflakes really need it, I guess.
Snowflakes, says the one like ranting in Instagram stories about a person being like ratio because you call them fat. Yeah, I wonder, my god.
Thanks a lot for watching my stories, Madison. Maybe a simple apology would be good. I'm getting absolutely cooked in my DMs because of you and I'm getting death threats. Please say to your fans to stop because it's too much.
Or, you know, you could just go and delete the comment you made about their appearance. That's also a pretty easy way to fix this. You know, you started the whole thing. There's a button where you can stop it.
At least my friends can stop saying that Madison doesn't know that I exist. Well, she does now.
Yeah, not in a good way. Not in a good way. You know, not even knowing that you exist is an absolute zero. It's a neutral, right? She doesn't like you. She doesn't hate you. She doesn't know that you exist. Now she knows that you exist, but it's definitely worse than neutral. She knows that you exist because you're a weirdo that rants about her on Instagram stories and calls her fat in her comments. And then assuming you have the right to do so, I should have the right to say when my girlfriend is getting fat about, like, a random celebrity you have developed a crush that I didn't think anyone above the age of 13 did in this way. This is so weird. Who are you? Single women need to give a poo and try harder. One like. Oof, this is gonna be banger take, isn't it? Let's go. Let me love you. In a break from my normal scheduling programming, I'm going on a deep dive into why women poo on their dating prospects before they even have a chance at finding a great guy. Looking back at the last post, you see, you have found a great guy. You don't have that many options, Madison. You just... Oh my god. All from the perspective of a man who's been single for over 4 years and more than plenty of first dates. Yeah, let's take relationship advice from someone who can't get past the first date in 4 years. It's like asking advice for someone who to take like a driver's license who haven't driven a car a single time. The frick? I will give you a hint. It's not the dating app's fault, and it's all things you don't even realize you're doing. Dropping tomorrow if the single ladies don't cancel me first. I don't think anyone cares enough to cancel you, I'm gonna be honest.
Will you take a bullet for me?
No.
Oh, rip.
I feel so bad. I feel so bad I just said that. I probably would.
You said that so fast.
I would take a bullet for you.
No, you wouldn't.
Would I?
No! But he just verified it. He just to be honest, the lie detectors are hardly 100% accurate, but maybe this isn't the best way to garner deepness and trust in your relationship. No? Alright. Yeah. Unless they're both in on it. That'll be some big brain energy. Can you imagine as a couple you just go in there and be like, you know what? We're gonna do big cash in, both here and on social media, if we just play up the drama here today. So we just ask the most outrageous questions and I pretend to get upset. So the whole thing is just staged. Oh my god, this is beautiful. Is this just big brain time? Did I just conspiracy-fy all these crappy shows where couples come on to have their relationship ruined? Is this what it's all about? Oh my god. Conspiracy unlocked.
I am depressed about not being chosen by society to be allowed to be with a wife. I've been thinking about the game over things, so I pray to God to take that kind of stuff and end the kind of misery of not being chosen for the naughties.
Chosen for the naughties. Get off incel forums, for God's sake. The thing that I absolutely despise about these kind of topics is, well, first off, you act like the world is a hive mind. That alone tells you that you're not respecting other people to the point that I would even want to be around you. That is the first issue. If someone treated like me, especially someone who was interested in being my partner, like, oh my god, all men are like some kind of hive mind, I wouldn't be particularly interested too. It's incredibly patronizing and really weird, and you can only imagine what a woman feels like when you do that to them. The second part, of course, is that you're not owed naughties. Everyone is an individual, and if you want to be with someone, you also have to provide something that they think it's genuinely nice to spend time with you. That's how it's like. That's how social interactions work. and get off incel forums. They breed on misery and failure. I remember looking into that a while ago, and one of the rules on these forums is literally if you have a success story like, hey, I used to be an incel but I managed to get out of it, you literally get banned. Can you imagine that equivalent anywhere else in life? You go to an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting and they're like, oh, did you drink this week? No? Then you're banned. You still have to drink even though you're a recovering alcoholic, otherwise you're not allowed in the meeting. That's basically what they're doing. It's absolutely insane. And are there unfair aspects to life? Yes, there always will be. But this is not the way to fix it. It always takes like really weirdly specific things and turns it into this absolute thing of truth. And that's not how it works. This isn't reality. Hey, if you're that beautiful brunette girl that was on this Flight Airlines flying from Chicago to Houston in 2013 who was anxious and chewing on your nails and told me about getting airsick, so I offered you a drama teen and now you said no and I'm still in love with you, hit me up please. I mean, at least it's shooting a shot, right? You know, it's like firing a defunct rifle in a dark room and hoping to hit the right thing, but you know, he's at least shooting the shot, right? Yeah. r/SadCringe, another painful day on r/True Rate Me. 5.5. Maxillary surgical advancement would probably bring you to a soft 7 or 6.5 if you want to get that route. Maybe people care a little bit too much about their faces. If this is the kind of, yeah. I am 40 and I don't date girls over 24. My girlfriends are 20, 21, and 24. The 24-year-old I've been with since 2 years. Too much mileage and baggage when they're older and that. Trust me, I've tested it extensively. So I recommend you do the same. 18-24 only. Understand the game. What game? That you're paying people to take like photos together with you? I mean, this kind of stuff has been debunked countless times. Jesus freaking Christ. I've always found it a bit desperate when men try to prove how manly they are. I mean, like, hey, look at how many ladies I can take pictures with for the internet. If you were really secure in your game or your love life or whatever you want to call it, you wouldn't feel the need to post pictures about it online. This is what teenagers do to get likes on TikTok. YouTube! Who would the funniest creator award goes to? Only me! Update. After review, we have determined activity on your account violated our community guidelines, which prohibits spam, scams, or deceptive content. Note that you're prohibited from accessing, possessing, or creating any other YouTube accounts. More here. Take that. I want an award. Your account is now nuked. Good old YouTube. I do think this was a mistake, though. I think I've seen this before, and they actually corrected it. It was like the wrong, totally real human message that was sent to the wrong place. Can you imagine that, though? You just ask YouTube about something pleasant. Hey, YouTube, I need help with this thumbnail. Your account is now deleted. Thank you. This is basically what happened to me, though. I had like an age gate on a video, and I reached out to support and be like, hey, I cut out this part of the video that I think got it age gated. Is it okay now? They nuked my whole channel. Oh, the sweet memories. Cost was $130 for the duo pic. While I was happy to be in the room with them, the distance thing was a shock and not the experience I was expecting. I saw the pics of them hugging women and I did not need to touch them, but standing next to them would have been nice. That is such a... No, that picture is awful. Jesus Christ. I mean, here's the thing. Maybe like COVID or maybe various reasons like why you don't want to touch all your fans or whatever it might be. That's perfectly fine. But you could at least do like a funny pose about it. You could be like, oh, you stand in the middle, we stand on each side, and then we make some funny poses or like some finger guns or something like that. And you can do a funny face in the middle. You know, spice it up. If you want to keep a distance, spice it up at least. This just looks awful. Do you want to play 21 questions?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. Here goes nothing. Your personal parts, describe it. That's not even a question, though. It's not even a question. I had fun at lunch. We doing it again soon?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. What are you doing?
Getting ready for a date.
Wait, what? 2 in 1 day?
This one is a date.
Oh God, why did you post this screenshot? Jesus Christ.
Maybe pain is easier when you share it with the world, right? The more people that feels the pain from something, the less you feel. That sounds like a really bad like fantasy movie from the 80s. Sounds kind of nice. I cooked dinner for my GF last night and thought I did a good job, until we were watching videos on her phone and a text from her mom popped up that said,
I'm sure he tried his best. Just eat it.
At least the mom has your side. That's kind of funny, though. That's kind of funny. I like it. r/SadCringe. I found out she cheated on me with a guy who stutters in text. No.
Then again, maybe it's alright this way. I never had the chance to do something like this, but then again, if it was casual naughties, wouldn't be kissing. It's complicated. I enjoy it, yes, and I don't want an A stop. And also, maybe we can be ourselves, maybe push the boundaries, because we know each other's. I hate rushing things. I'm sorry. You should have said something. We rushed this 2 years ago. We never went anywhere. Blah, 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 God, blah, 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 blah.
You know, being cheated on is pretty bad, but being cheated on with someone who, like, stutters in text and do the asterisk kind of thing, oh my god, blushes so hard. That will be some kind of blow to my insecurity that I don't think basic cheating could ever achieve. This really happened at my theater, bruh. Crunchyroll? Okay.
Oh my god.
I mean, honestly, I do love myself a bit of cringe. I would have applauded if this happened in my local cinema. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd join on this. Yep, I am that level of cringe. I'm 30 now. I don't care about looking cool. That part of my life is over. Now it's all dad points and cringe. You know, that's my future threat. To, like, if I have kids in the future, it's gonna be like, you know, Timmy, I'm not mad at you, but if you don't stop doing this stupid thing you're doing, I'm just gonna embarrass you in front of your friends. I'm gonna use slang, but use it wrong and use it confidently. And I'm gonna do it when I pick you up from school. Hey, what up, fellow Yeet Squad? Dad, no, please, Timmy, you did this to yourself. Can I help with anything else, Smiley?
Yeah, by never texting an Uber customer after the fact ever again.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not trying to be mean, it just makes women uncomfortable and afraid. I would rather tell you this than give you a bad rating.
Oh, okay, thanks. Do you have a boyfriend? Sorry, I get lonely and kind of bored driving. Have a good night. This is... No. You know the word unprofessional? It very much applies in these kind of situations. Don't naughtily harass your customers. You know, it's probably somewhere there in the TOS. Fresh out of the hospital from alcohol-induced psychosis, time to get drunk. You know, there is that old saying about getting back on the horse and that kind of stuff. We had something back when I did horseback riding, which was if you fall off the horse, and unless you hurt yourself really badly, you climb back on it right away. Because then you tell your brain that this isn't something to be afraid about, and you get back on it, and you know, the last thing you did last time wasn't just falling off and like getting an ouchie, right? But this is not the same thing. This is not the same thing. This is not the same thing. It doesn't apply. Turns out another freaking girl I like has a boyfriend. Yeah, that happens sometimes to everyone, you know. There's plenty of fish in the sea and all that. I was talking to this cute Asian girl I work with, and she told me she's going to Aruba next weekend. I asked her who she's going with, and she said a guy who works with me, and I followed up with, he's my boyfriend. I kind of went limp for a second and dropped the plate I was holding. There were so many thoughts running through my head, and I couldn't even say anything besides sorry. I went to the break room, tears throwing through my face, because a co-worker has a partner. That's the trauma of the day. Dear God. My manager noticed this, and that's what's wrong. I had to lie to her and say family troubles, and I wasn't comfortable talking about it. It wasn't just sadness I was feeling. It was just about getting ready to scream in anger. Why does this keep happening to me? I wanted to tell. What do you mean, why does this keep happening to me? If you want to meet people who are, like, exclusively single, download Tinder. I mean, 50% are gonna be bots anyway, but at least then you can be somewhat like, yeah, they're actually looking for something. You know, here you went to a random person, and you're upset they're not looking for the same thing you are. Yeah, the odds are they won't be. I kid you not, that was not about ready to walk out of there and never come back. I definitely did feel like seeing her gorgeous face, knowing another man gets to enjoy it to its fullest. Oh my god, you need to treat people like people, man. And I am once again forced to watch from the sidelines. He gets to go out with her every single day. He gets to do stuff with her. He gets to have everything I want just because he happened to be in the right place at the right time. Nah, it's probably because he doesn't get weirdly obsessive over people who just talk to them during their work shift. You know, maybe that's why. It is not freaking fair. Well, guess since I have the day off tomorrow, I'll drown my sorrows in booze again. Or you could just do this like mind-blowing thing and go out and meet people who are actually looking to date someone. Like, my god, do you expect the entire world to remain single just for you? This is some real, like, main character syndrome, where you think that everyone around you is an NPC and they have to remain single because you might want to make a move. That's a really weird attitude to have. People's lives move on with or without you. And stop spending time on incel subreddits, for fuck's sake. The life of a streamer living at home.
Dad and I are going to bed. Eric is going to bed. You need to stop streaming. You're loud and it's late.
Oh man. One Saturday morning when my daughter was around 7, she wanted to play with her slightly older brother, who was still asleep. So she wrote, "Wake up, brother," on a piece of paper and slid it under his door. That is so dumb in the most innocent, heartwarming way that only little kid would do. That is so sweet though. I love that. Conversation with my dad on Father's Day, which is also my birthday. Love you, happy Father's Day. Thumbs up. You know what they say? Like, oh, the older generations, and you should hug your kids even if you're the dad and that kind of stuff. This feels like that, but over text, you know? No bodily contact with my kids until you turn 18, and then we just ended off with a firm handshake. Tinder flames, 0 people like you, but that's no surprise to us.
So supportive. My God, Tinder, you really know how to make me feel good.
Lula Rowe. Oh no, not the MLM stuff.
One of my very dear friends from high school lost her 10-year-old daughter in a hit-and-run accident over the weekend. My heart is breaking for her and her family right now. For a chance to win a pair of mystery leggings, cheer me up by commenting below with something that made you happy today.
Are you using the tragic death of a kid to push like shitty leggings? Wow. I'm not even surprised anymore. Football players fighting and things are getting serious.
What I am imagining in my head.
Yeah, how do you do that without laughing? Like, how do you do it without laughing? He must look so ridiculous. Well, Ladies, Lasses, and Lassos, thank you so much for dropping by, and I do hope you enjoyed today's video as much as I enjoyed having you here, you beautiful being, and I will see you again in the very near future. Take care. Mwah.